Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground Live. I am solo dolo this week. Dylan is still out of town with his family, but we still gonna get it rocking. Obviously it's a major moment. Blowout Cards had a crazy Black Friday sale. I hope y'all got into that. That was something you can't pass up. That's something that you look back a couple months from now, years from now, and just regret that you didn't get into it, which we'll touch on more. Obviously, the OG season is coming to an end. I think we have another week. Next week, I think we go into chapter 5, which is going to be a major moment. Fortnite has been hitting peaks consistently, so we'll cover that. And obviously, we have everybody's recent pickups, and I'm pretty sure a lot of that has to do with blowout as well. So let's get into it. Let's see what y'all been up to with some new pickups, y'all. So, oh man, JL, JT, Dill, the old faithfuls is in here. How y'all doing, man? Yeah, that blowout one was pretty interesting before we dive too deep into it. But blowout cards, JL, it was a pretty crazy. Matter of fact, I have it up here. So to start off, it started off actually, JL, if you look right here, at this the first the first picture, it has the series 2 mega boxes. Originally it was 99. And then I think it was like, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. It was like a couple hours, maybe it was a day, maybe I wasn't paying attention. But after a couple hours, it went to 74, and that price is too good to pass on. So I hope everybody got their chance to get into that, especially during the holiday season. Hopefully it was a gift for some people. But that's not the only one. If you look at the second picture, you also have the series 1 gravity feed box at $44, under $50. Um, y'all know what y'all can get in those boxes. If you're new here, you can get a Black Knight hollow. You can get, matter of fact, you can get a Black Knight base. Anything at this $44 price is a go, honestly. I mean, people can attest to that. This price is like a win-win, based off of what you can pull. Actually, a collector in the hobby, I don't know if he want me to say his name or not. I doubt that he cares, but he did have a good point on this specific topic when it comes to blowout cards in series 2. And I'll definitely get into that. But Dale saying, looking forward to my first series 2 mega rip. Yo, that's what's up, bro. I remember it might have been 2 years ago now that I got the mega boxes at 150 a piece. I did a big rip on Instagram. I think the lowest I ever got a mega box, besides like when they first came out, like after resale, I think it might have been like 55, and it was a sneak Instagram one. So that was a crazy moment. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, so Shard doesn't care. I'm pretty sure he didn't care. But Shard, I'll actually bring it up on the slide right here. This is him referring to the blowout card sales, especially series 2. He said, I think most in the group see these prices and think series 1 hollows and series 2 must be going down down the crapper. They If they are this cheap, when in reality series 2 ice interest is picking up, spreading through the set. Good example of when retail prices do not reflect the market. And if you know this, most of us do, it means it is a glaring buy opportunity that once it's gone will probably be regretted by most who pass. 100%. um i've I couldn't agree with Sharp more. I'll leave it up on the screen, but this is one of those situations where I think a sell like this makes you put a pause on anything you were doing previous before. So I mean, like, if you was kind of putting money aside for a big series 1 chase or your grail card, this is kind of when you pull away from that for a split second, and you have to go after this. And whatever your funds can allow you to do, this is when you get into it. It's one of those things that you just can't. I felt the same way, even though I didn't get to play in the game for this one. I felt the same way when when the series 1 mega boxes went under $1,000. Like, I think the series 1 mega box is going under $1,000 with David Adams, and then the series 2 mega box is going for $74. Like, and what Shard is getting at, if y'all don't understand, for context, there's a lot of series 2 shards that's not only hard to grade, but that still hasn't been realized of how valuable or important that card is. And I'm not just talking about to the game, I'm talking about to the card market as well. I mean, we brought up, this is not my favorite card, but we think of a card like series 2 Ice Queen, or even Oro. Like those cards that Oro that hasn't hit a PSA 10 yet, Series 2 Ice Queen that I think she has 3 PSA 10s. Those opportunities is coming back up. Cards like Ruby that we don't see often. So hopefully people got their opportunity in here. Series 2's mega boxes for $74 based off of what you can get. The value in there is going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, Shara's talking about how Blowout does these sales every year, and they 100% Shara. Like they probably like, I mean, you think about it, they definitely got all of those boxes at under retail, more than likely at retail, whatever you want to say. Like, and the reason why I say maybe at retail is if they were buying the boxes from people, whatever the case may be. Blowout has their, they have their stock, and they don't care. They just want them to move. They just want them to move. We're excited. They're excited that we're excited because we're buying. And I think that this is going to be a major moment for Series 2, not so much as the price spiking up immediately, but all of this ripping and all, because there's going to be a lot of people ripping. I know people that have purchased anywhere from 20 to 60 boxes. So so it's going to be very interesting over the next 3 months. And the reason why I say that is because what we're forgetting as well is that Series 2, I mean Series 1 mega boxes, like I was talking about before, it went to under $1,000. We still have people that's ripping those boxes and that have sent them into grading. Those cards haven't even hit the market yet, and they probably won't hit the market probably for another 2 months or so. So when we see those plus the Series 2 ripping, that's going to be an interesting time for the hobby, especially with no cards coming out, any new product, I should say. JT said everything but aura is hard to grade. Yo, that's funny. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. We might see some more auras pop up. We'll see how aggressive the aura collectors are. I used to be an aura collector, but my friends in the hobby, the Dylans and the Randys of the world, they kind of boxed me out of that one. So I'm chilling. Now, I'm not saying I'm chilling if an aura pops up, but I'm not as aggressive with aura as I used to be, just because they got them all, man. Yo, that is interesting. That is interesting. Dale said interesting. It is currently their second bestseller on the website. I mean, one thing you can guarantee about us Fortnite collectors, if the price is right, we're buying. It doesn't, and it's not gonna be a conservative buy. Like we're gonna buy pretty aggressively. And I think that's what I do like about our hobby. I think we can all agree that it may be some outliers of people that think the value is down, or like Shar said, some people may even feel that that means the cards are just dying, or they're not worth it. That's not the case at all. We understand what these cards, the scarcity, the rarity. Series 2 is very undervalued in that aspect. So I think those opportunities is just gonna consistently come. Yo, Bobby said most are headed to Ohio, I think. Yeah, I think I'll second that. I'm pretty sure I know where most of those boxes are going. I think it's like 2 or 3 people that definitely had a major cleanup. So that's gonna be interesting to see. Let's see. Yeah. So Shire said they probably had 50 cases. That's 10 sets approximately. We got to stop wanting retailers to sell out of Fortnite wax. I think this is a major point, because if the cards aren't, let's be real, there's not enough Fortnite cards in the first place. Like there's only 3 sets, 4 sets including reloaded, and then you have stickers and you have all these fringe, these fringe sets like Coral, but there's not enough Fortnite cards already. So if these retailers sell out, it's, don't get me wrong, we're gonna still be collecting, but it's not gonna be any flow that we need as a hobby. Like we're waiting for somebody to say that they're picking Fortnite cards back up. Until that happens, if these retailers sell out, it's not dead in the water as in our hobby, but it's just not going to be anything that we need for it to be healthy, in my opinion. Yeah, no, that's the proper pump, Richard. I gotta break the Fortnite stigma. So if that means wearing a BK shirt in the gym, that's what I gotta do. I'm breaking the stigma though. I don't care. Yeah, yo, that's crazy. 140 mega boxes sold between 2 people. Like that, and I know it's hard for people to understand that um is certain collectors when they see value, they don't blink, they don't second guess. Matter of fact, Shire got on me about this a couple different times because I bounce stuff off of him when it comes to some decisions I make. And some collectors they don't hesitate, man. And I think that's the way you have to be. We even were talking about how you have to be locked and loaded. You got to be ready for anything that happens like this. Like Shar said, this happens every year, so it's kind of something that you can expect. But we don't know how much product or what product or how they'll do it next year. So you got to take the opportunity while it's at hand. Where's all the series two mega boxes? yo, yo, Richard, let's hope so. What, Kari? That was a crazy one to me. So that was crazy to me because I'm sitting there like I'm like, yo, $99 is an absolute steal for series two. And then I refreshed. I'm almost positive I refreshed like 3 or 4 hours later, and it was 74. I say, yo, this is crazy. So I knew I didn't even have to talk to anybody. I knew the collectors that was gonna jump on that. And man, it's just one of those things that you would hope that you're a part of it because that so if you look at the pop reports right now for series two, cracked ice, I still believe that this after this it's still going to be cards that have zeros just because of how hard they are to grade. Like Ice Queen is not going to change. Ice Queen is still hard to grade. Oro is still hard to grade. You pull that out the box, the edges are going to be rough. So I'm just interested to see what this next influx is. Probably going to take 6 months to kind of see like an uptick, but it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, Jo, I just can't see prices going that low. Like I couldn't see David Adams trying to compete with that price and be like, "Yo, if they did that, we're gonna, we're gonna counter." Is that price was very low, and like Shar said, it just shows you that it's not no intrinsic interest in the actual product of Fortnite, which is, I mean, they're a business, but it'd be interesting to see the response that happens with how fast they're selling. And like Dale said, with it being number two, um, is that gonna spark any curiosity across the board? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it gets flooded and mixed in there pretty well. But yeah, that's kind of the angle to go. Let's see. Yeah, I seen that too. I seen it was sold out, and they was just, man, they was just making sure they they had enough for a second run. That's what I think. They're like, all right, let's just double back on the inventory real quick. All right, we good. Bet let's drop it some more. I'm pretty sure they did very well in their eyes, because they probably, I mean, we know that they had it for the longest at $200. I want somebody else to say, how often do you think they were selling? Like, how many boxes do you think they were selling a week at, let's say, $200, compared to just drop making those incremental drops, major drops? I think it changed the dynamic of it a lot. They might not even. I don't know if they'll bring it back to 200. Maybe they will after this, or maybe it'll go down to 150. We'll see where it goes, but it's sold very well. Yo, shower. I literally when I seen it drop to 74, I literally thought the same thing. I was like, could you imagine if they sold more than they thought they had? Because everybody jumped on it. I mean, I think it was like 3 or 4 Facebook posts. It was an Instagram post within the first couple hours. And just seeing those responses in the Facebook group, I was like, yeah, these things they're being cleaned up immediately. So we'll see how that play out. There, once again, great. Like, so Bobby is talking about, he was talking about the recent 8 ball sale that sold for $1,500 and mega boxes at 74. We know what Ice King does at his worst. We know what Ultimate Night does as his worst. I mean, the links is, and it's so many skins. It's even skins that haven't, I mean, cards that haven't been touched yet, that I think is great value. But even like a paradigm singularity, those cards, it's a lot of cards in series two, and it wasn't always that way. I do believe that this was one of the slow growths. Series two is the middle child of this, and I think that 74 is just something you just can't, close your eyes on and ignore. Yeah, so Shar said, I don't know if people think they'll stay there, but tomorrow or this weekend, whatever, they'll go back up to 150 plus. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, matter of fact, even on that, at the $74 price, if it stays there even for a couple more hours, people, I don't know what like I don't know what it's at now. Maybe I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that it's still in stock. I haven't checked in like a couple hours, but if it is still in stock, which I believe it is, as the hours goes on, it gets closer and closer. That doesn't mean we know if they're going to sell out or not. We know they probably have infinite amount of products. So I'm pretty sure they have way more than people think. But like Shar said, as soon as this is over, it's gonna jump back up to 115. Even if they did something like, even if they did something like 120, it's not gonna stay at 120. It's gonna stay at 120 maybe for a day or so, and then go back up to the price that they wanted to sit at. Because this sell made them, it's that comfort sell. It's like, okay, we got some of these out the way, bring it back up to this price and let it, let it be a slow burn from here. So it's gonna be a time to see. Yeah. So Inky Bruh thinks they'll go back up to 99 until the end of the month. That would be interesting. If they stay at 99 until December, that's I think that's great for the hobby. I think that's a great price for people that may not always be able to get series 2, especially international collectors. Like, if I'm an international collector, if I wasn't going to buy the mega boxes at $200, right? If I got it at 74 and I just knocked out two, like I got in there for, like, let's say 160, 180 shipped. I don't know what the numbers will end up being. This is the time that you kind of want to make those moves. So hopefully, I don't know how aggressive international sellers is on websites like this, but hopefully, that some international sellers were able to get some. Yeah. So Shar said, I almost think we have insider info on what people pivot to next when they can't find USA Series 1 Shar. Series 2 ice feels more promising than Series 1 hollows right now. That's interesting. I do think that's because for me, I was looking at the gravity feed price, and then I was looking at the Series 2 mega box price, and I was like, for instance, if somebody had to choose between two series, two series one gravity feeds or one series two mega box, I wonder what they would do, because I'm pretty sure most of the people that was aggressive in this situation, they might have grabbed some gravity feed boxes and some series two mega boxes. But if somebody had the choice of just being able to double up on the gravity feed or buy one series two mega box, I wonder what the better deal is. In my opinion, is series 2. And I never thought that I would say that, especially with how good you can do with a gravity feed box. But hollows compared to series 2 cracked ice, yeah, it's kind of interesting right now. And I probably would lean towards series 2 uh cracked ice more. Yeah, Kari, I seen Kari, you said you went in and then you double backed, right? I'm pretty sure a couple people double back, to be honest. You kind of have to think that through on this one. Previous previously Okay, so Shar said, I think if you order 20, there's a shot they send a full case. Again, this is just them not dealing with a ton of worthless loose Fortnite boxes and keeping it easy. No clue right now, though. That would be, I mean, that would make sense in my head. Okay, so Inky Bro said gravity feed cards will be 49 until the 30th. First of all, Inky Bro, I'm pretty sure you're excited about this, especially with all the shows you go to and the way your setup looks. First of all, Inky Bro setup looks amazing at shows. Shout out to their team. Um, I'm pretty sure this was great for what you're doing. So that's kind of one of the things that we look forward to. Warfighter Dylan is out of town with his family for Thanksgiving, so had to hold it down, but he'll be back next week for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Man, listen. Let's see this one. Okay, it seems like the pivot is becoming Series 2 ice. TAG is always ahead of the game. Yo, it's crazy because, like, when I bring this up a lot, but when we did the list last year, this is all we were trying to get at. We were trying to get at. We was like, no, if I did the list just based off of what I felt, it would have been filled with series one cards and some series two at the bottom and maybe one series three card. But we were like, where can we show people like the opportunity? And we're definitely going to do the list a little different this year. Which next week when Dylan get back, we'll talk about that. But but yeah, man, series two is loaded. Is loaded for sure. Yo, Kari said he tripled back. Yo, like I love the hobby confidence that we give each other. Like when it's like we kind of on the fence about if we're gonna do something, then the people in the hobby, the collectors in the hobby, kind of push you into the right direction because some people know how you'll feel if you miss out. Sometimes your head is a little too clouded to make the right judgment. And if you got the right collectors to help you through that, that's always a win. Let's see. Got something right here. Oh yeah, Richard, we definitely gonna get to this. I see no risk. When we get to it, we'll talk about it more. But I see no risk in you cracking that, bro. It is no risk at all, in my opinion. Especially if you feel like it's a PSA 7. Obviously, that could not be the case. But Ragnarok is such a beautiful card, and I mean, I'm not saying that it's worth it to rip it out of SGC. I rock with SGC, but to get it in the PSA slab, even if it ends up getting the same grade, is kind of a win in my opinion. Let's see. Man, people been buying up. I love this. Series 2. So I think that this was one of those moments that I think this is one of those moments that we look back as like we seen even like how series 1 was so high at one point. We talk about it all the time and then it finally came down. This for series 2 though, because there's so many cars that's overlooked. I think this is going to be the time where people realize what it is. Even with Optichromes, I will truthfully say, don't overlook Optichromes. Like when you ripping your Series 2 mega boxes, don't overlook them Optichromes, man. I believe in Optichromes long term, for sure. Exact Kari, 100%. It is like, in my opinion, for series one, there might be 10 cards that it doesn't matter. It's always worth cracking, especially if it's like a four. If you don't see anything extremely glaring that separates that, I think it's always worth it in my opinion. So Bobby said, he's just letting us know that there are less than 20 boxes of Series 2 mega boxes left to purchase, as their quantity won't allow you to go over 20 at the moment. Obviously, like he said, there's always a restock possibility. We know what David Adams does with the Series 1 mega boxes, but a lot of Series 2 mega boxes have been being purchased through this. So we don't know if they're going to restock. Pretty sure they will, but if they don't, that that's another story. Shay, what's up? What's up? This is a big one, Kari. This is a big one that I think a lot of people don't think about. It's like I think some of us been in a hobby so long that it almost seems crazy that some people haven't opened certain products. Like, but people really have not opened. A lot of people haven't opened a Series One Mega Box, and a whole lot of people have entered. A whole lot of people entered in Series Two, but still haven't opened up Series Two Mega Boxes. So this gives that opportunity for people to really experience, and maybe they finally will get their own understanding of how that product works. Because a lot of times I think it's a lack of knowledge of the product that gets people confused on some cards. When you open enough product and you realize that these cards just don't show up, or people say maybe somebody has 20 of these stashed to the side and you're like, no, we've seen how many series 2 mega boxes, series 1 mega boxes have been opened, and this is not the case. So maybe they get to get their own experience and see how hard it is to pull some of these cards. Yeah, Colton for sure. I think, matter of fact, I'm almost positive that's what a lot of the first and second quarter of 2024 is going to be. It's gonna be what we got from this, from the holiday season with this sale. Um, and I also think, okay, maybe this is just my mind thinking, but I do think if you are somebody that trades cards, right? Just talking here. If you are somebody that trades cards, this is a major opportunity to possibly pull some major series 2 cards, do some trading at the value that you got it at. I mean, $74. You trade a major card and you can get into series 1 shards. And I'm not saying to always pivot into series 1. I'm just saying if that's something you were chasing, this is a great opportunity for that too, because series 2 is about to become a lot more popular. So you have some opportunities there. Yo, that's Brian. I didn't even get to see this yet before I said that, bro. Exactly. It's a lot of trade bait. I'm not gonna lie, like that's not immediately where my mind goes. Not because I don't value series 2, but I know what cards I want to pull from series 2, and then I know the cards that some people want in series 2. And if I happen to pull those cards, I see a great opportunity for me to get into some S1 cards. I'm not saying that the value is equal. Obviously, you got to do a couple cards at a time, but I can see some opportunities there for sure. It's undeniable. Like, obviously, not investment advice. We don't talk strategically value on THG, but it's undeniable the opportunity at hand with getting a Series 2 mega box at $74. I'm pretty sure most of us can rattle off 20 to 30 cards, maybe not 30, 20 cards that definitely guarantees that, but you get two cracked ice. So even if that second one is a dud, we've seen how those perform. Like it's a lot of opportunity that was just put on the table. They definitely at least doubled their money. I couldn't agree more. Let's see. Yo, Colton for sure. And it's one of those reasons, and Shard could attest to this. My conviction of getting drift a couple months ago was so strong. I had to focus on it because I had this and it's not a FOMO. It wasn't a FOMO feeling. It was just like, if you understand how to look into the scarcity of a card. I'm looking at the pop report. I'm seeing people literally rip series 1 mega boxes when they were at $1,000. And I seen the top tier cards that they were pulling, but I seen the ones that they also weren't pulling. I think I seen in that wave, I seen 2 or 3 drifts, and I think only one of them gemmed. And then the other ones, I don't know what ended up happening to them, but I know one of them possibly was like a 6 or a 7. So my conviction on that was like, I just had to go for I have my list, and I'm like, okay, this is the next one on there. I had to get that one because those series 1 shards are looking very scarce. And that's why I have to shout out Richard, because getting that Ragnarok SGC4 was a great one. It's certain cards that the grade just does not matter, and that's one of them. There you go. And to be honest, you exactly, Brian. You could keep going for probably you could rattle off another 15 in there, to be honest. And I think that's just something that's gonna be interesting. Yo, 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 what's up, Dylan? All good, bro. Yo, that's a good point. When is the last time we seen, dang, Garrison's been a minute. Dill. Yeah, Dill is funny. Yo, listen, that series 1 scarcity, man, is crazy. Yeah, I'm not big on authentic grades either. It's one of those things. I would legit, like y'all saying, I would rather see a 3 than to see an authentic grade. Unless it's a rare case, I definitely rather see a grade on it. But if I know it's some rare moments that may be ideal, but I'm definitely on the graded side. Haha, Dylan in the ring too. Let's go. So Warfighter, I know people don't want to do that. So I'm glad Warfighter did it. I know everybody else is not gonna want to rattle off the cards that they're hoping to pull or would or happy to pull. Um he said the four skins I would be happy with pulling from my series two megas would be Aura, Crystal, Zadie, or Lynx, throwing Manic in there too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm kind of regretting selling my PSA. I mean, not selling, trading my PSA 10s 80. Um, I've taken a couple L's. I know a good amount of y'all don't sell y'all cards, so I respect that. But for somebody that I trade more than anything when it comes to like letting go of my cards, and that's one I kind of regret. So we'll see how that plays out. Yo, Richard been on that one for a minute. Rustler, yo, Richard putting the okay, can we have like we're gonna this is on topic, right? But um I won't say the collector's name right now because actually it's slipping my mind. But there was a major collector in the sports side of the hobby. He put in a mega bid on one of his cards, on one of the cards he wanted, he put a mega bid in, and after after he won it, he didn't pay for it because he felt that it was shill bidded, even though there was no evidence of it being shill bidded. It was a major thing on the sports side of the hobby. I don't know how many people pay attention to the sports side, but I just want to say for the THG fam, if y'all put a mega bid on a card, please pay for the card. It is just not worth it. Yo, that it's bad business. So I'm just gonna put that out there. I know we don't do that in our side of of the hobby, but that was a major thing that just happened. So if you do put a major bid in to win a card, just pay for the card. So I just had to put that out there just in case um you just got to pay for the card, you know. It's just one of those things, man. That's not the way to go. So just wanted to throw that out there because that's been kind of running through the sports side a little bit. Let's see. Dang, of course Shire hit the first wrestler 10 for game and not visual purposes. Oh yeah, Dill sent me Dylan, it's a Dylan here already. Dylan sent me the updates with tag. I don't have the exact post. I forgot to add it in there. But um the thing that stood out to me was that tag is will clean your cards before grading now. I know Dylan will put the other highlights in there as well. But that was interesting. The fact that they will clean your cards before grading, that was a good business move by them. I gotta give them that one. Um so we'll see how that turns out. Rob, who is it? Okay, Colton, when you ask me this, right? Do you want my opinion of the top five series one with some of my bias, or do you want just what I feel the top five cards are? Uh I because I can kind of do both. I can give you a educated top five, and then I can give you a top five where I put some of my slight bias in there. No, I'm not talking about looks, but I did put my top five in that Facebook group. But if I had to put a little bit of my bias, it might have been a little bit different. Do both. Um Okay, off the top of my head, I would say BK number one, Pilly number two, Drift number three, and that's not biased. That's not biased. This is the way I see it. Drift number three, Ghoul Trooper number four. That one could be interchangeable. It technically could be Ghoul Trooper number three, Drift number four, whatever way. Uh Fish Stick, and then I'm gonna go Skull Trooper. And if I had to add one more, I would have to add the pump. I think the pump is very underrated. We all talk about it. You rarely see it. Uh especially graded, you rarely see it. I don't even think you see it raw, to be honest. But those would be Those would be my five in honorable mention. Uh, but if I put a little bit of my bias in there, I would put Omega in the top five for sure, and I would probably switch Omega out for dang. I don't know who I would switch out Omega for. That makes it kind of tough. So maybe he's not top 10. I mean, not top five. Because I think Skull Trooper gets underrated a lot, especially because he was graded so fast. Like so many of his cards were graded so fast, and even those first, let's say those first 20, they graded really well. So I think a stigma kind of got on there with Skull Trooper, but Skull Trooper is iconic, bro. Like he's legit iconic. Drift is legit iconic. Another card I gotta talk about, I can't forget. I'm not gonna put her on the list, but Bright Bomber. Bright Bomber, I mean, she screams Fortnite, so it's certain cards, and I'm the type of person that I'll take my bias completely out of it, and I'll just base it off of what I believe of the game and the hobby. Um, I think that those top five cards check all the boxes for the game and the card hobby slash market in general. So that's kind of how the direction I will go. Yeah, exactly, Shard. That's what happened with Skull Trooper, and I just think that he's one of so the way I feel is the same way we talk about Midas, like okay, Midas has X amount of series PSA 10 cracked ice graded, but there's so much interest in Midas that the number doesn't matter. That's the way I feel about Skull Trooper. Skull Trooper is that iconic to me, and I'll give y'all some game insight. I'm pretty sure some people don't want it, but I can't help it. If Skull Trooper was the first skin in the like in the actual like item shop, right? But on top of that, if Skull Trooper wasn't released again, if he was never released again, he would have been more popular than Black Knight. That doesn't mean that equates to the card hobby. I'm just saying that's what Skull Trooper is to the game. And then you talk about the marketability during the Halloween era. Yo, Skull Trooper's that card. So that's just the way I feel. And I need that one as well. That's the next one on my list. So so Jason puts Omega at number 8, and I can respect that because it's hard. Like as much as I love Omega, it's hard for me to put him over Skull Trooper and Fish Stick, just because they have a wide scale of view. Like people see these skins and they connect to them with Fortnite immediately. Even though Omega has some of that, it's just not to the level of those skins. So it's hard for me to put him in the top five. But I would like to biasly, but I just can't do it. Yo, Shard, this is another thing. It's one of those cards, the pump that me and Dylan talked about it multiple times. We just talked about it last week. I genuinely thought in my head I was going to be able to get two of those at some point. I'm like, it's a weapon card. People are going to overlook it. They're not going to like the card. That's not the case. And shout out to set collectors, because set collectors is the ones that move that needle. That's why everybody like some sectors of the hobby get stuck up. Like some people don't like set collectors, or some people don't like character collectors or skin collectors. But set collectors set those modes where it's like, oh, you think the skin is going to be underrated, but then it's a hard pull. I.e., I forgot the one pickaxe card that was tough. But things like that, set collectors, they kind of move the needle with that. So shout out to them. Yo, yeah. Yo, Shower, when I seen that PSA 10 of your pump, it was insane. Yo, so JL said, "Hey, seriously, thanks. On the blowout cards, heads up. Just paid to be a THG subscriber. Would not have known otherwise. I am fully aware of the return on investment increase I just got by buying because of the heads up. Yo, JL, we highly appreciate it. Becoming a THG subscriber, bro. That is major for us. Any support like that, it really goes a long way. We're gonna be here all through the hobby, so we appreciate you doing that." Yeah, man. Warfighter, this is true. Warfighter saying he love all collectors. We all collect how we want. No need to get mad at someone for how they collect. 100%. I think that's why I love seeing people collect in a unique way, but I also love seeing people collect in a classic way. and then taking it to a whole nother level after that. Like the classic way is like that set collecting way, and it lets you know because if you're not building the set, right? Like if you're not one of those set collectors, you don't know what's the true struggle until somebody tells you. Until somebody, and I'm gonna just shout him out because he's already done with his sets. It was times that Eduardo hit me up and he's like, "Hey, do you have this card?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got this card. Why? What's up?" Here's like, "I haven't seen it in months. I'll do X, Y, and Z." And I know Shar goes through the same thing. Those are the cases that set collectors can give you insight that you may miss because you're not one. And I think that's why I really appreciate them more than anything. So Richard has Omega at number 3. I like that. So obviously, Richard, I'm assuming it's BK Pilly Omega for you. No, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. Let me know. Yo, Richard said the exclusive content is top tier. Yo, I appreciate that. Obviously we missed this week just because of the holidays, but we have some major content coming up. We have something that uh next Wednesday is going to be a major one for the exclusive content. It's going to be something you'll be able to see before we release it to the community. So yo, I can't wait for that. It's some other ones we got cooking up. Besides that, also just kind of in the middle of this, uh a new video will be dropping either tomorrow or Sunday, more than likely Sunday. um I think this is one of the most interesting videos that we put together. I think it's gonna be fun. Let me know which I think when it drops, please. That really goes a long way. So can't wait for that. b BK Pilly. So Richard got BK Pilly Omega Skull Trooper, and I don't know about the fifth card. No, no, Richard, you can't get away with that. You gotta round it out. You gotta put a fifth card in there, bro. So David has BK Pilly Skull Trooper Drift Cuddle Team Leader. Yo, I seen some back and forth about Cuddle Team Leader, and that was interesting to me because Cuddle Team Leader is, to be honest, if somebody like I know if Dylan was here, he would have countered that because somebody could easily debate and argue that Cuddle Team Leader should be top 5 based off of what she means to the game. And she actually, if you go, I love doing both. I'm talking about the game, but I'll go to the card hobby slash market as well. If you actually think about it, you don't see Cuddle Team Leader too often as well. And if you do see it pop up, people aren't letting it go for cheap. So that's another card that's definitely major. Where's Richard? He said, "Where's Moisty?" Richard's trying to be as unbiased as possible. So Warfighter said he can't see Omega at 3. His OG status is his biggest claim to fame, but that's where it ends. He really has no storyline. Yeah, that's where I agree with. That's what it is for me. I mean, Omega is a that's why it's such a major PC card, and I didn't know where to place him because he doesn't have the other things that the top 5 have, right? And I mean, I guess you could debate a Skull Trooper, but because he's so seasonal, he's a little bit different in that case. But it is kind of hard getting Omega in that top 5. I do believe that he's top 10 though. I do. Yeah, yeah. This is another thing. So Colton says everyone sleeps on Dark Voyager and Sparkle Specialist. Uh, I once again I got to do the game and the card market connection. Dark Voyager is aesthetically one of the best cards in the set, in my opinion. But if you go to the game, right? Uh season 3 and 4 of chapter 1 were probably the most pivotal peak moments for Fortnite. And Dark Voyager was that skin that everybody got immediately and they were able to run with. So I think a lot of people intrinsically have a connection to that skin. So I couldn't agree more. And Sparkle Specialist, obviously we know what she means to the card hobby, but if you go to the game again, Sparkle Specialist is one of those ones that people forget how try hard she was because she was before the word sweaty. Sparkle Specialist was an extremely try hard skin. That was the original. Shout out to Daquan. He used to wear that skin all the time as well. So I mean, it's just one of those skins that I do think is overrated as well. Oh man, I can't wait. I gotta yo, Moisey in a different stratosphere. Yo, Shar, man, I'm telling you, between Omega Drift and Deadfire aesthetically to me is my favorite. Omega is probably number 2 when it comes to just aesthetic wise. Yeah, so I couldn't agree with that more. Um, Flytrap is probably one of the greatest worst skins in the hobby. What do I mean by that? It has a fan base, but it is hands down one of the worst skins. So it's the greatest worst skins. I respect the Flytrap gang. I can't get down with that. Shout out to the Flytrap gang. No, nah, it's dead. But I will say the aqua, what is that like? It's like it's more of a deep blue. That deep blue with the red and green, it does pop, but that's as far as it goes. That skin is atrocious, but every series one card is scarce and rare. So I'll let y'all slide, man. I'll let the fly trap gang slide. Yo, listen, Shar, man, it is what it is. Man, Shard, you know what it is when it comes to that, man. Yeah, yo, listen, I respect the fly trap gang, but y'all crazy. Y'all know that though, right? It's something that is like kind of understood. Like you know how, for instance, we could talk about Draymond Green, right? Draymond Green won some championships and stuff, but we all can agree he's crazy. So it's one of those things, man. I respect y'all for sure. Yo, I'm trying. I just gave y'all that. I gave y'all the greatest worst card. That is respectable, man. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Yo, Warfighter is one of those cards that yeah, man. It's like Shard said, like when me and Shard was talking about Deadfire, Shard said he was like he said they did something perfect with the color theory when it came to Deadfire because that card just hits different, man. I love it. Okay, so Rob is taking sushi. That's actually a crazy one because I don't like Sushi Master either. I actually have no idea who I would take in that scenario. But to go along with the game, I'm taking Sushi Master. I can't even say it. I guess I got to take Fly Trap. I'm getting tongue tied. So, yo, yeah, Kari, I'm trying not to, man. I listen. It is what it is. Yo, so like we actually gonna jump into this anyway since we since we talking about one of the greatest worst cards in the hobby, Fly Trap. But let's see what people's been picking up though. Oh, this is not investment advice unless you're talking about. No, I'm playing. Yeah, this is not investment advice. Appreciate that, Jason. Legendary tear slander. Yo, Shard, you understand this. There's great cards and then there's the greatest worst card, and that's Flytrap. That's a great title, man. Like the it's like the way people felt. No, I can't even give that comparison because they shouldn't feel that way. So yeah, I got you. That's a pretty good take in my opinion. So a quick pivot on this one. Uh this is the this was all the skins that were created for future Lego sets. It's a lot of skins in there, but it shows you some of the skins that were first thought. I'm pretty sure it was a mixture of getting all the battle pass ones in there, popularity, and then I don't know what else went into it. I don't want to make assumptions, but uh this Lego thing is going to be major for collecting in general. I'm not really a Lego collector, but this is intriguing. I'm pretty sure people are going to be grabbing this. Uh, Lux is in there. I don't know exactly if I'm gonna grab. It's dope. It's dope to see her in there. It's dope to see all these skins. There's some great skins in here. So we'll see how this Lego rollout is gonna be. We are currently in season X in the game. Next week, paraphrasing, but next week we're supposed to go when it comes to the game while we're waiting to go into the final event. I think we're going to be able to test a new racing mode that's why is the name slipping my mind? Rocket League, that's tied with Rocket League. Is going to be a music section as well that's going to kind of feel like Rock Band, and then you have the Lego one as well, and there's going to be two separate battle passes, one for Lego and then one for the actual game. So interesting to see that. Just want to touch on that real quick. Yeah, willing to buy a PSA 6 fly trap. Jason, just be careful on that. JT, I'll let you know. I'll send it to you after, just to make sure, because I don't want to say the wrong name. No, yo, actually, I rock with Moisty. That's the crazy thing. I rock with Moisty heavy. That was listen. I the smear list is solely to the greatest worst card, Fly Trap. Y'all like that is respectable to me. Yo, don't get Dylan started in this. Yo, so we got to start off hot though. We got to start off hot. We got to start off hot. Brian comes in with the PSA 6 USA Crystal Shard of the pump. And I think we were just talking about it earlier. This, you see this 6th grade right here? This means nothing for a card like this. This card, the grade matters none at all. This card looks beautiful. Shout out to you pulling this off, man. Hopefully I eventually have one in my collection. So see, look at Fly Trap over Sushi Master. That's respectable. Yo, I respect this take. I respect this take. That's a good point. That's a good point. And I mean, he is an OG skin, but that's as far as I can go, y'all. I'm sorry. Yo, here we go. It's like the grudge match between Shard and Dylan every week, man. I love it. Uh, let's see what's next. Okay, MN Collectibles coming with the queen right here. You got Lux in the PSA 9 Italy. I have this card as well. I actually love the Italy print shard on this, but it may be just because it's Lux, but I love this card. Shout out to you, bro. It's not too many Lux crystal shards out there for Italy, so that's dope. So this was just a card for the blowout section of this. So we already covered this, but this is major. Yo, y'all are funny, yo. So Joshua comes in with this triple right here. Obviously Dyer, major card in the hobby. One of the more memorable tier 100 skins for sure. I actually like Flapjacky a lot, and then obviously he comes in with Midnight Ops as well, which is the male counterpart to Shadow Ops. King H coming through with the Midas, what some would say is his rookie card. We'll see how that narrative builds over time. That should be an interesting one. Those look like some pretty clean cards. Obviously reloaded. You got to see it super up close. But shout out to you. I think wasn't it something like this last week? I can't remember, bro. It all runs together. So Gary was actually talking about how while everybody was buying everything else, he ended up snagging the uh the 2019 Series 1 Hobby Box case. That's a major pickup. The hobby boxes. I don't know if he's going to keep it sealed or not. I'm pretty sure he will. Maybe not, but this is one I actually probably would keep sealed. Yeah, yeah, Jo. I actually want to see how committed people stay to that. Like, it's technically his rookie card for sure. Because the only way it wouldn't be his rookie card is if you completely overlook reloaded, which most people don't. Bijonar came through and he picked up a lot of Series 1 USA Hollows. Um, I think this was his. I know he has some already because I believe he has Nagops, but he did say this was like one of his a major pickup for him because I think this is one of his first major hollow lots. So shout out to you, bro. That's pretty good. And obviously the BK base, you can never go wrong with that. And he got him for a steal for sure. So Kim, which I believe is a fairly new collector. I mean, they cleaned up. They had way more pages than this. I just picked some of my favorite ones. And obviously you have series 3, series 2, and he even have series 1 in the some series 1 in there as well. Great pickups though. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. He had a lot of different pages, so he's been doing very well. Yo, that guy Richard came through. There was a recent auction for this Ragnarok Richard 1. It's a SGC 4, but I believe he's going to crack it and see what he can get at PSA. He believes that it's a PSA 7, so let's see how that turns out for him. Yo, Rice comes through, and these were obviously pulls. Bro, This one on the left, Lux and Bright Bomber, I could never imagine pulling that. That's like a dream come true right there. I also think I seen somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I seen a Lux Bright Bomber and I also seen a Lux fish stick. I seen the Lux Bright Bomber pulled two different times like this, and I seen the fish stick twice as well. But then we just talked about our sparkle specialist and the drum gun. The drum gun is back in the game right now because we in the OG season. So that kind of rings true right now. That's kind of dope to see. Yo, JL, that's why I really love these recent pickups because it's so hard to cover the vast majority of the hobby if it's just based off of like me and Dylan thoughts each week. So I think these recent pickups really show the versatility of the hobby. Yo, Kari for sure. Just man. Richard, that's gonna be a good one if you do this. He said he's gonna make a video of him cracking a slab for the first time. Uh bro, just be careful. Just be careful. That's all. Oh, Dill, how can we not talk about this? I was watching this like a hawk. I actually was watching it with Richard. Uh man, Omega SGC 10. I think he just got it for a little over 1K. My bad if I'm saying the price and you didn't want me to, bro. But it was an auction. I think he got it. Not investment advice. I think he got it for a steal, in my opinion. But it was around the price that I thought it would go for. I was at the 1K to 1200. So this is a great pickup on your end. Uh, I'm pretty sure you're gonna keep it in that slab. So that's dope. Richard said he had 950 on Omega, so he just missed it. Also, we don't know what Dill's max bid was, but I'm glad you put such a strong bid in there, Rich. Yo, this Omega hits so different, bro. Jim with one of my favorite promo series one promo cards. My triple is probably dang, I can't even say that. I actually like a lot of the promo cards. If I had to, it would be Galaxy, Mary Marauder, Cloak Star, Technique. Those are the four that really stick out for me. And in in series one promo set. Mary Marauder is a beautiful card, bro, and is one of my favorite Christmas skins. So this is a great card. There you go, Dale. I figured you didn't care, man. Christopher, we've been seeing a good amount of Dynamo. Man, Dynamo is just one of those cards, man. I think that she's kind of getting her just due that she wasn't getting for a very, very long time. Uh the respect is definitely there now. Cheyenne, I believe I don't want to say that wrong. I say everything wrong though, yeah. So don't judge me. Oblivion, the female counterpart to Omega. She got the USA shard in a 9, and then she has the Crystal Shard Italy in a PSA 10. That's ideal for me. Like when y'all know I do the international sets, I usually like to at least have a PSA 9 in the USA, and then if I can get a 10 in the Crystal the Italy Crystal Shard, that's ideal. Mm. Yeah, no, Warfighter for sure, for sure. And he was another one of those cards. I mean cards. He was another one of those skins along with Nagops that I'll say this. It's like 10 skins. If they never were released again, it would be in a whole different stratosphere, just like Renegade Raider. And those is one of them. This is a great pickup, by the way. I really like this card. That orange definitely hits different. So Flo comes in with ironically Sushi Master and I think it's Maki Master, right? I think so. But the Sushi Master is actually an unreleased prototype, I believe. So that's definitely dope. You have Rocks on the right side. That's one of Dylan's PC cards. Uh yeah, that Rocks card is clean, especially that Optichrome. And that was actually all the pickups for this week. Yo, this was a good week of pickups, honestly. I really like this one a lot. Man, that Omega hits different. SGC. Yo, shout out to the SGC fans. I'm a PSA fan. I like SGC and BGS. BGS is my favorite slab, but PSA overall is always gonna be my pick. It has to be. Uh, it's just one of them things, man. But since the partner in crime is not here this week, it will be a shorter stream. But I'll give it a couple minutes because if you have any more topics or anything that y'all want to touch on, we could drop it in there. So I'll give it a couple more minutes in there. But if not, that's gonna be cool. Which I feel about the which also I'll end it off with this because I try not to talk about other things when it comes to these streams, but since I'm waiting to see if anybody has any other topics, the NFL and the NBA season has been very interesting. It's been a little bit of a heartbreak season for me on the Bills side. We've been having some difficulties, but I'm Bills Mafia to the day I die. So we just riding it through each week, man. Where who am I missing something? Let's see. Oh, Amsterdam. What's up? What's up, Dan? How you doing? Yo, Brian, yeah, that next reveal is gonna be pretty crazy, bro. No, Warfighter. I was actually mad that I wouldn't have been able to play in it, but it seems like something was wrong with it. Oh, Dill, I'm glad you said that. I did not talk about that. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, Richard, we're currently not in the playoffs. That really sucks. But hopefully some things happen. We play the Eagles this week. Which is I just week by week. I'm never too high. I'm never too low. I am a level-headed Bills fan. I've been at this since I was 5. I'm good, bro. We just play this through. Um Yeah, Shower, just like you was right about Flytrap. We're not doing this, bro. Stop. All right. We're not going to do this. I appreciate you not taking the victory lap. You are not right about Josh Allen, but I respect it. It's cool, man. We're not going to do this right now, but it is what it is. But 4,500 for the Renegade Raider PSA 10 is crazy. That's amazing because that's the second PSA 10, but we don't know when that third one is going to come. The Renegade Raider Reloaded card is perfect for the hobby, in my opinion. It has this vintage look. It's the chase card of a very unchaseable set, if you get what I mean. The Reloaded set is amazing within itself, but it's so many things that you can pull that it's hard to separate some cards. But Renegade is in a class of her own. Renegade Raider, because there's an actual Renegade skin, so I have to be clear with that. Um, the Renegade Raider skin, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's one of Kari. It's one of those things for Renegade Raider. Even like you got to even think about like even by time like let's say she finally hits 5 PSA 10s. It's the same way I feel about the Midas Laser, but Renegade's a little different because this card is like legit hard to grade. Uh, it's gonna be interesting how these sales go. We know the ones that's kind of chasing them, uh, but people are willing to pay for this card, man. So let's see. Oh, we got some. Yo, Warfighter, we'll just watch the game, bro. I actually like Jalen Hurts a lot, so I can't talk trash on the Eagles. I rock with the Eagles heavy. I'll always have. But when we play, we'll see what happens. I can't. I rightfully cannot talk trash right now because this is just one of those seasons, man. So we'll see how that plays out. Yo, Daniel, that's what that BK. I mean, I've worked out in a lot of shirts, but when I put that BK shirt on, it definitely adds that strength. I can't lie. Kenny Pickett. Oh man, Kenny Pickett. So yeah, if y'all don't know, I lived in Pittsburgh for 4.5 years, and me and Steeler fans don't get along too well. But but I rock with the I rocked with Mike Tomlin, but y'all are in an interesting situation because I think I we'll see how that plays out. I've seen this role before with a quarterback. Obviously, our team's not doing well, but I've had bad quarterbacks my whole football life. And I don't think Kenny Pickett's a bad quarterback. It's just he may just be young, man. We'll see what happens. So Shard has a call right here. Uh Shard says Renegade is probably top 5 a year from now. That'd be interesting. I could see that. Yo, I agree. That we definitely got to dive into the cuts of reloaded because that's definitely an interesting topic. Yeah. Yo, Shard, that's what I was like. That's what I'm saying. Like, is Reloaded is like an anomaly. You would never see a set built like that. It was very weird. It definitely was a test set, and fortunately, we got something good out of it. I love the set, but I'm saying like just the consistency was weird. So thankfully, it was things that built up through that set in general. Oh, Jason. Uh, with the with the Cowboys sake, the Cowboys do look pretty solid this year, but man, it's this thing that Cowboys and Knicks, the Knicks franchises do when it gets to a certain point in the season. We'll see what happens, but I do like Parsons a lot, so we'll see how that plays out. I'm just a football fan, man, so I have a lot of players that I like on every team pretty much. Warfighter, that's what I'm saying. Like this part of y'all season, because I do believe y'all are very strong, the Eagles. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this game fares out, because it's a lot. It's not so much a lot on the line for y'all, but it is one of those things that y'all prove a major point with beating us, and then on our end, if we can finally get back on track, this would definitely be the game, because then we have a bye week, then we play Kansas City. It doesn't really get much easier for us. No, yeah, I think we definitely have to have a discussion on this for sure, Shard. That I definitely do. I gotta, man. I don't know. I haven't opened enough to know exactly what's the case. I'm pretty sure I think they're supposed to be sharp, but I don't know, bro. It's weird. It's weird. I don't want to give my opinion on that yet. yo, this is anytime the Cowboys is brought into any conversation, it's never gonna go smooth, bro. Yo, Micah Parsons is that guy for sure. Yo, yeah, yo, man, that's a fact. James Cook has showed up for us greatly this year. It's a lot. As much as I hate to say it, it's a lot of games we wouldn't have been in at all if it wasn't for James Cook. So Kari said, "I have been hearing the only way to 10 a Renegade Raider is to be sharp corners. Is for it to be sharp corners. Is this confirmed? I This is out of my realm." So Shard said it's like half and half, sharp versus rounded corner. Wait, so Shard, you're saying that for the cards, there's some that was cut rounded and some that was cut sharp. Is that what you're getting at? Just to clarify for the chat. No, I did not see that, Jason. That's crazy. They performed what? Shard, wait, that would be crazy if that's the case. I haven't opened enough reloaded to know this. So that would be crazy if that was the case though. It's like interesting. Ah, yo, so I did, because I knew what Shard was talking about, but I didn't know. I thought it was like a small percentage, but it seems as though it may just be random, which is definitely crazy. They all have rounded corners. And Shard, to clarify once again, you're not talking about rounded corners as in quality control. Well, technically that would be quality control too, but you're talking about rounded corners as in they were made that way. Mm, that's interesting. What the heck? I didn't know it was that common. Yo, no, this is a fact. That's one of those moments that you just be like, I don't know if I got it on this one. Oh, I got you. War. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Warfighter and Jason. So Jason thinks the rounded corners mean they shipped them poorly from Europe, but Shard is getting at that he feels that some of them were actually cut that way, and both is a quality control issue. So I wonder which one. I wonder which one is truly the case. Dang, we actually might need a deep dive in that because I've noticed it, but I thought it was like a super small percentage. Like it was like a random thing. Like even like you know how we talk about the series 2 cards that have the shiny back to the card. I think it's like the base cards. I thought it was like one of those situations, but it may be different. So even Warfighter says the rounded corners seem like they were cut rounded. Yo, that's crazy. I didn't know it was this common. Mm. So Kyrie says he feel like it's a cut issue because aren't some reloaded packs from from a South America country? Uh, mm. I would have to ask Dylan on that. I actually don't know, and I know Dylan ripped a lot of these packs, so maybe he has a strong opinion on this. Or Chili. Mm. That's interesting. I don't know, man. That's actually something I want to look into now. I like Shar said. I don't know if I have the brand with to go deep dive, but it needs a conversation for sure. Because if that's the case, that makes it even more interesting. Battle Hound is rounded corners. That's crazy. I really did not know this. Oh, that's another case. Warfighter said they could have been later printing. He doesn't know panini routines. Dylan said, if a reloaded card tends with a rounded corner, then it's a lucky grader, in my opinion. The cards are meant to be sharp. So, so Shard doesn't agree with that. Warfighter has an opinion close to Shard's, and then Jason, I believe he's on the side of it was cut. It was more of through shipment. So that's interesting. Yo, Shard and Dylan is funny, bro. So JL says he has 15 Renegade Raiders here with me now, and all are cut as sharp corners. Yo, I guess this does need some deep interrogation here. We gotta have some conversations with some people and see what's up for real. Oh, Dan, you were asking. So Tencent was one of the first major investors in Fortnite, Epic Games. They always they've I believe they had the strongest share, and obviously we talked about it through this time, but you know Sony came through down the road and things like that, but Tencent has always been that major one. It's been that way for as long as I can remember. Yeah, they're a major conglomerate. Like it's not it's really not that insane to me on that end, but yeah. Yo, y'all are crazy, bro. Yo, what is wrong with y'all? That's funny. So this one, we definitely got to touch on this one more because there are some strong opinions on what happened, and I'm actually interested in what the case is. To be honest, um, if it's the fact of they're supposed to be sharp and it's just a quality control, as in condition sensitive, or if some of them were actually cut that way. Yo, now I need to know. Now I have to know on this one. But yeah, that's good for today. We even got some football talk in there. Man, we'll see how this weekend goes, man. We got some Eagles fans in there, then Shard is not that big a fan of Josh Allen. I respect it. I'm a big fan of Josh though. So we'll see what happens, man. Yo, y'all are stupid. Oh, dang, it's another one in the build. So Phantom comes in and he says he's seen reloaded cards that are clearly slightly rounded. Shard said he's starting his own podcast. Yo, Shard, it's the counter THG. Here's next Friday, 10 Eastern time. Yo, it's cool. I got my phone right here. I'll be on here and then I'll have Shard podcast right here. So this is cool with me. boycott boycott THG. Listen, man, I guess it comes with the territory. Take it. No, no, it's crazy, Dill. You said that because I think about the term low ground all the time. Like I'm like, oh, low ground could be like the gritty side of it. I always think about that. That's funny you said that. Dan said, when will Tencent make Fortnite movies? Um, I don't think Tencent will be the ones. I mean, obviously they're investors, but I don't think that would be the. I don't think it kind of plays out that way. But Fortnite movies may be some time away, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely in the works in some shape or form. Not exactly sure how though. So Dylan said he said he has seen some where top is sharp, bottom round corner, rounded, and vice versa, which always led me to believe quality issue. So Dylan is on the quality issue side, and a couple other collectors is on the quality issue side, and then Shardon and some other collectors are on the side of actual cut, which is an interesting topic that we're like it's because I haven't opened enough to even have realized this. So this is interesting to me. Boxed up, low ground, but yo, that's funny. That's funny. So Jason said that I have a PSA 10 probable round corner cards for sale. Hit me up. Probable round card. Fly trap gang. So Shard is strong, heavily strong on. It's an entirely different cut off the press, and I can't wait to discuss this further down. Yo, listen, I know you starting your own podcast, Shard, but we might have to have you jump on for this one, man. I ripped three boxes and only my Renegade and Pilly had the rounded corners. Rest were sharp. Oh my god, yo, the narrative is going crazy. So now we have somebody else jumping in here where I'm pretty sure they're saying that this is cut. David, correct me if I'm wrong. You're going on the side of cut. So you're not going on the side of that it was quality control. You feel that it was cut that way. I wonder if our European guys in the group can ask Panini in person if they were cut the way that way on purpose. Yeah. So this is very interesting because obviously as the conversation went on, it's seeming as though people really do feel that it was quite cut, and then some people feel that it was quality control. I don't know which one, man. I have not paid attention to this. This is very so Shard says there is absolutely 0% chance it was quality control. Dang. So Kari said he has discussed the rounded corners with other collectors. It's like it's cut at a different factory. I don't know, man. This is crazy. JL said chase him down like Wayne did. Panini, we deserve answers. Yeah, Panini can give us answers on a lot of things at this point. I mean, they're not coming out with any more cards. So maybe we can, man, I don't know. We need to get somebody on here. So Shard is 0% chance it's quality control. Jason is 100% it's quality control. Dylan said being cut in a different factory is quality control though. So let's see. Do we know every factory that Reloaded was printed at? Good question. Oh, and the BK is rounded too. Forgot that one. Rest all sharp. Mm. So JL thought all Reloaded was I don't know how to say that. Modena. Mm. We need a Panini insider bad, yo. If anybody has any connection with some Panini insiders, hopefully we can get them on THG. It seems as though Panini and Epic Games' relationship is pretty much finished. That kind of sucks for us. But if that's the case, maybe we can get somebody on here to talk about it. So Shard is standing 10 toes down on this. Um, we'll see what happens. That's interesting. I just never it's something I never paid attention to. But yo, Jason, I'm gonna try. I want to get in connect. I want to get connected with somebody, man. Something has to happen on this. We got to get at least one Panini insider in here because it's not like they don't like if it's the right sport or right product, they talk about it. They go on podcasts and talk about the product. Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't care as much as they used to now that they're not making them, but that would be great. Yeah, yeah, that's man. I actually want to know more on this for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna cut this off right here. This was a dope episode. The other half of THG will be back next week, and we can have some more conversations on this stuff. We might have to make that at the forefront, see if we can get some more information on there. Yeah, for the exclusive content, some of that's coming very soon, within the next couple of days, or by at least Wednesday night, something along that line, something close to that. And then in general, there will be a new video out. Saturday would be great, but it more than likely will be Sunday. I think that is going to be some it's definitely fun content. So definitely look forward to that. And the rounded corner, well, let's do it this way. The quality control versus cut is the main topic to end the night for sure. So yeah, have a great weekend. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you had a great blowout card sale. See ya next week.